Okay, we need markers. Take one and pass one. Okay. So at the top of your paper, we draw a treble clef.
Bye, Julian.
If you need erasers, they're out there. So draw a treble clef. Be careful that if you have the smaller one, it can be a little confusing. Make sure you've got your 5 lines. You're fine, Cassidy. It just doesn't have as much space between the staves. So you have to make sure you're counting your lines. Okay, so we're going to draw some scales today. And we're going to start with A. So where do I draw A on the staff? On the second space. I need a whole step from A.
C.
Billy, can you draw your A, please? And can you draw all of the notes from here on in the class without being asked personally? Thank you. All of you, right? Don't make me ask you personally. I need a whole step from A. C would be a third. That uses 3 notes. That's way too much.
B.
I only need a whole step. B. How do we know it's a whole step and not a half step?
Because
Because there's a note in between. Now I need a whole step from B.
C sharp.
C sharp. Why can't it be C? Because it's only a half step, right? So draw your sharp first. Remember that the sharp is in the center of the space. Now I need a half step from C sharp. I'm going up. D. I already have a B. I'm going up to D. I need a whole step from D.
E.
E. And we know it's a whole step because there's a note in between. I need a whole step from E. F sharp, well done. I need to skip a note, so in this case I'm skipping a white key. I'm skipping F and going to F sharp. Make sure the center of your sharp is in the line. So your horizontal lines, Catherine, are going to be above and below the line that's in the staff. You're not going to draw a line on the staff line. Now I need a whole step from F sharp.
G sharp.
G sharp. I have to go to another black key and skip the white key, which would be G. So draw your sharp in the space and then draw your note. Remember that notes are circles and not ovals. Now I need a half step from G sharp.
A.
A. Plain old A because I'm already on a black key. So my white key is a half step. Draw your ledger line and make sure you draw it. Look up here, guys. Draw the ledger line above your G circle so that if you wanted to, there would be room to draw a G under the line. We don't want to, so we're not going to. I'm just showing you that. And then the A gets drawn on the line. Good. Nice. So how many sharps did we use?
3.
3. So draw a new treble clef So if you were going to write a song in the key of A, you would draw your F sharp, your C sharp, and your G sharp to show that we were in the key of A, that you are in this order on those lines and spaces, not in the scale order. So that tells the person who's going to play your music that you're going to be using the notes from the A scale. Make sure they're left to right, Surya. You've got your C sharp kind of underneath the F sharp and the G sharp. Draw the C sharp next, Giovanni. The C sharp goes in between the F sharp and the G sharp. Mm-hmm. That's good. That's better, Surya. You're a little squishy. The C sharp almost looks like it's under the F sharp.
You mean, this, yeah, more.
Should be more left to right. Okay. So they're listed here in the order that they get added to the scales. So when we play C, we have 0 sharps. When we play G, what do we have?
Sharp.
1 sharp, F sharp. When we play D, what do we have? 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. You don't have to draw the numbers. And so now that we have A, we have kept the F sharp, we have kept the C sharp, and we are adding the G sharp. So we always draw them in that order. So you could see like a clef that you've never seen before, and you have no idea what it means. And you could see this. And know that we're in the key of A. Even though you don't have the information to know that that's the F, or that's the C, or that's the G, you know that there are 3 sharps, so you know it's in the key of A. Okay, so now we can draw a new treble clef on the 2nd staff. And we will start with A flat. So I'm starting on a black key. So this could get a little wonky. I need a whole step from my A flat. C flat is the same as B, so that would be a whole and a half step. That's too far away. C sharp is 3 and a half steps away. That's on the other side of the planet. C is still a 3rd. I'm using 3 notes. And a step, how many notes can I use?
2.
Only 2. So what's a whole step from A flat? B flat. I have to go to the black key. Why isn't it A sharp? Those reasons? Why isn't it A sharp? There are 2 reasons. Can anybody think of a reason it can't be A sharp?
Because we're using flats.
Because we're using flats. In a major scale, we can't mix our sharps and flats. And what's the second reason? We already have an A something. We can't have two kinds of an A in the same scale. It has to be the next letter name, the next scale degree name. So now I need a whole step from B flat.
C.
I skip B, my white key, and that gives me C as a whole step. Now I need a whole step from C. D. Easy schmeezy. We have a built-in black key. I need a whole step, sorry, I need a half step from, no, sorry, nope, I need a half step, I lost track. Erase your D's, please. We need a half step from C.
C sharp.
I already have a C. And I can't have sharps and flats in the same scale. D would be a whole step, that's why we had to erase it. D flat, yes, good job. Just a half step to D flat, so draw your flat first, and then draw your D.
Can that also be C sharp?
I have answered that question twice. Can somebody tell Giovanni why it can't be C sharp?
Because they're not already C.
There's already a C, and what's the other reason?
Can't mix up flats and sharps.
You can't mix flats and sharps. Now I need a whole step from D flat. I'm on a black key for D flat, so where's my whole step? E flat.
Wow.
Now I need a whole step from E flat.
E F flat.
F flat would be the same as E, which would only be a half step.
F.
F. I skip my white key and I have a whole step to F. Now I need, I've lost track again. Whole, whole, half, whole, whole. We need a whole step from F. G, built-in black key. Now I need a half step from G.
G sharp.
Can't be G sharp. Everybody tell Suri why it can't be G sharp.
So we can't mix sharps and flats.
Can't mix sharps and flats, and
We can't have a G.
we already have a G.
A flat.
A flats. Draw your ledger line first, draw your flat, and then draw the note.
It's a weird scale.
I'm sorry it offends your sensibility. It's still just a major scale, but we haven't worked with flats very much. We don't play flat
But it's not possible to
flat
play.
key pieces so often.
On violin, it's not possible to play that scale.
It is absolutely possible.
Okay.
The violin would never be limited to 3 flats. So here is your A flat major scale. Here's your A major scale. So they do kind of have a different color. I think the color of the A scale is a little brighter than this color of the A flat scale. So if you were writing a song and you wanted the song to be brighter, maybe happier, more lively, you might choose A major. And if you wanted the song to be quieter or slower or a little darker, you might choose A flat. So interestingly, composers tend to write sharps for string instruments and flats for wind instruments. So when you put everybody in an orchestra together and you give the violins and the cellos 4 flats, they freak out. But then when you give the oboes and the clarinets 3 sharps or 4 sharps, they freak out. So it's fair for everybody. So let's draw our key signature. Oh, now we're out of time, so I will draw it for you. just so you can see it. B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat is what it would look like. And again, we haven't drawn all those flat scales because I think you learn faster when there are more accidentals. Okay, so everybody grab an eraser and erase your board, please. Put your markers in the basket.